What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Stellar Lumens XLM today. My camera is laggy for some reason, but my voice, it's not. So, anyways, regardless of the camera situation, I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe my Wi-Fi is glitching out. It looks like the voice volume is fine, not cutting in or out, so as it should be, because we're directly plugged into the computer. So anyways, without any further ado, let's actually look at the XLM chart here and get started. So this one comes to us with a request from Mr. Matt himself. Matt, we're doing this one for you. We're doing this one for everybody watching, but because of your request, we are talking about it now. I meant to do this yesterday. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm a forgetful person. I don't even smoke weed anymore, man, and I am a forgetful person. I do plan on smoking weed again, you guys. I am a weed smoker. I love marijuana. I very much do. I actually work in the cannabis industry, and here in Colorado where cannabis is booming. But I have decided to take a whole year off because for personal reasons. Let's just leave it at that. I want to take a whole year off. It's not for legal reasons. It's just for personal reasons. I promise you guys. Again, it's legal in Colorado, so it's not for legal reasons. Anyways, without any more of that, let's talk about Stellar Lumens. Let's get into the charts here. Looking at this thing from this low to this high here, we have gone very close to the 618. We actually bounced just above it. And more, instead of looking at the fib itself, if we look at price, where this high was, where this high was here, we actually bounced right off of that, which is kind of nice. That's actually not a bad look. To be fair, though, all we did was promote a lower high. You know, you had to do more than this if you wanted it to look good. Right now, it looks like a lower high. I very much would expect that you take this low out. Not a lot of volume to follow through, though it is the most volume that we've seen, since back here, since the end of July, which still wasn't that much volume. But anyways, let's see. Let's look at this thing. The RSI looks bad. Doesn't look good. Looks like a pronounced downtrend. You're actually in. We're here. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? I feel like it could leave it open that you could go even a little bit higher. Maybe not. Yeah, you kind of are in a nice like flat move down, or not flat move, diagonal move down. Same thing in the RSI here. There's a little bit less noise on it. Something like this, you are in this descending kind of formation. And I do think you're at the top of it. I do think you have rejected it. Not only that, you're rejecting an area that's like kind of up by the 50th previous area that you found support right here in the RSI. You're rejecting it. Area right here that you found resistance at as well. I think that you will either come down to the oversold zone or go back into it. Either way, I might expect, and I would expect at this point in time, that you do see a higher low. You do see up here a lower low, and with that you will have classic bullish divergence. I'm not convinced that you'll break this low. You could. That is down at 9.5 cents. You could, but maybe what you do is you quite literally actually just go to the 618. Maybe go into that nice sweet spot that I've identified across many different charts, right? This nice little zone here between 10.8 cents to 10.1 cents. I think I've even said that right. Around like 10 to 11 cents, somewhere in there. And you actually did bottom like right at 11 cents. But I think that you go lower, probably closer to 10 cents. You could even go a little bit below this white line, but I doubt that you break below this down here. I doubt you break below, what is that? That is a price of 9.5 cents. I do doubt that you even go down there. I don't think that you'll bounce. You won't bounce off of that because you're not even going to go down there. That's my opinion, at least on that. I do think you go lower in the immediate term. I don't think this low holds. You have not broken this overall descending structure. All you've done really is you back tested this kind of previous area of support here, or even like a little bit around here, this previous area of support. Maybe, let's see actually. Let's look at this. Let's look. Previous area of support right there, previous area of resistance over here. You've just confirmed it as resistance. I do think that you go lower for sure, and likely below this low here. Let's see if there's anything else that kind of lines up with this on an extension level. Yeah, right there at 10.5, so 10.5 cents. You got the 1272 right around 10 cents. You have the 1618, and that's what I'm saying. You might not even see the 1618. Maybe you go below the 1414 and you bounce. You don't have to bounce directly off these lines. It's just more of an idea. But I mean, you could bounce right off the 1272. You could come down and bounce right off the 1618. It's not unheard of. It's pretty common to do that, but it's also just as common to bounce in between them. But again, these lines. The main thing about these lines is that they line up in or around the area that I was just talking about, which is between about 10.8 cents to 10.1 cents. And again, even though 10.1 cents was that original like low area of the sweet zone, you could go just a little bit below that, which would again take you right around this 1618, a very common level to see extensions from. I want to delete this real quick and redraw this fib here. You know, being that it is on a shorter term time frame, let's look at the 4 hour maybe to give it some depth. And the 4 hour looks bad too. You rejected your overbought zone. You actually had a little double top off of it. Bearish divergence. Lower high here, higher high on the closes. Yeah, bearish divergence to end it, sending you down. You actually did break below the 382 on your first pass. You're kind of disrespecting it, meandering around it. I would expect that you do come down to this 618 to 0.69 probably soon, man. If you don't do it today or tomorrow, you more likely would come up to the 236 and then go down. But I would think that at the moment I would kind of expect that you go lower, especially with this 4 hour looking the way it does on the RSI. I think that you would make your way down here, and then ultimately, of course, you will see these extensions. The fact that I very much believe that you will see these extensions tells me that you probably won't find support on the 618. If you do find support on it, it will just be the first bounce. You'll probably come up, reject the 382, and then on the second pass you'll break through it. I doubt you'll find much support in these zones, though you might for a second, but you likely will just make a move straight down somewhere in this area, again between about 10.6 cents to 10 cents itself. And I would think that you more likely would find something probably in between these two lines here. Probably between there is what I would look for. Anyways, after that, Stellar Lumens probably has a very bright and very exciting future ahead of it. It's probably got a very nice move coming after that. Let's see. Right there, 10.6. That's where these. That's kind of nice. Here's like this previous area of support right there at 10.2 cents. That it just makes sense, man. It makes a lot of sense to me. But overall, you know, if you were to move, let's just say you move down to, let's give it a conservative estimate. Maybe you move down to 10.7 cents. Your minimum extension would be at 23 cents to 28 cents, somewhere in there. If not, even potentially higher. You could see deeper extensions. Seeing the 2272 is right at this previous area of resistance, that wouldn't be totally out of the expectation either. So going from 10 cents to anywhere from about, let's just say 23 to 42 cents, you could see anything from like a 100% gain, over a 100% gain, to an over a 400% gain, which would just be, or no, sorry, 300% gain, which would be nice. That'd be really nice to see. But yeah, I really got nothing else to say other than that. I do think you go lower, and then after you go lower, you probably go up. And I would expect that you see moves that take you at least into this overall extension range between 33 to 23 cents, somewhere in there, by the end of this year. I do think Stellar is going to go up by the end of this year. I think maybe by the end of this month, or even by the beginning of September, you probably will find this like lower low, and then boom, and then it's off from there. You do look like you're kind of forming this nice like rounded base. You might be going parabolic, man. Who knows? I don't like to use that term too often, but it kind of looks right. But it might not be. Like who knows? We'll see how this thing develops. If it is parabolic, it's way too early to really say that, to define that. But I don't know. Hard to say. One way or another. I do think we go a little bit lower and then higher, and that's all I got to say. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.